Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Charizard James, and we have our first ever episode of Battle of the Guilds, starting off with Golgari. Now, this is going to be all standard decks, every single guild. This is a 10-part series, and we're starting out with Golgari. We're going to play 3 matches for you today, and you're going to see every single one of them. I'll go over the deck guide as well, and a little bit of the sideboard guide as well. I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is super exciting for me, since I get to do every single guild, and you get to be here with me, so this is great. This is awesome, and I'm glad you're here with me. Alright, let's start out here. We have 2 Bloodchief's Thirst as some removal spells. Now, one thing that I do want to get across here is that this has a lot of the same cards as the Gruul aggro deck, but instead of Embercleave and a Crow and War and Bonecrusher Giant, we're moving more towards hard removal spells like Heartless Act, Bloodchief's Thirst, Murderous Rider, things like that. And they had a similar game plan to end the game with the card advantage game plan, but doesn't have the Embercleave win condition. So this is more of a grindy style deck, and it utilizes Edgewall Innkeeper a little bit more than the Gruul deck does. So if you like grindy adventures decks, Great Henge, Vivien, Murderous Rider, then this is the deck for you. And if you just like Golgari mid-range decks in general. So I already talked about Bloodchief's Thirst here. Now we have 4 Foulmire Knights and 4 Innkeepers. This is one of the reasons why this deck utilizes Innkeeper more than the Gruul deck does, is because of the 4 Foulmire Knights here. Not only is this a 1/1 Death Touch creature, I mean, it could also draw a card with its Profane Insight ability. But it allows us to go like turn 2 Innkeeper into Foulmire Knight, and the Gruul deck has no way to do that. You can't go Innkeeper into another 1-mana adventure spell. So that's a very good advantage of playing Golgari. We have 2 Heartless Acts as more removal spells. We have 2 Order of Midnights to be able to buy back our Innkeepers. This is what makes this deck a lot more grindy. You can go Order of Midnight, buy back your Innkeeper, buy back your Questing Beast, or whatever you need. If your Murderous Rider got discarded or something by your opponent's Rankle or Kroxa or something, you can always get that back as well, and grind the game further out there. We also have a land in this deck that helps the grind too, with 3 Castle Locthwain. You're basically never running out of cards in this deck unless you die really quick. 3 Scavenging Ooze. I wanted to play 3 because I wanted a good creature to play on turn 2 that wasn't Order of Midnight, because I want to be able to still be able to be aggressive against decks that you have to be aggressive against, like Esper Doom Foretold and the Temur Obosh deck, to name a couple of them specifically. So I want to be able to play Scavenging Ooze on turn 2 and have it just be a legitimate threat on the battlefield. We have 4 Murderous Riders, 4 Lovestruck Beast, and 4 Kazandu Mammoths to round out the 3 drops here, as a way to turn on the Great Henge with the Lovestruck Beast and the Kazandu Mammoth, and have a really decent creature here to draw a card off Innkeeper and destroy your opponent's Planeswalkers and creatures. We also have 1 Garruk Unleashed here to further facilitate our game plan against being aggressive against the decks that we need to be aggressive against, and against the other control decks. It can provide a source of 3/3s, and also in the mirror match type, like adventures mid-range decks, like if I'm playing against Gruul, Garruk Unleashed also provides a +3/+3 in trample, because the board tends to get really gummed up on the board. So you want to be able to attack through their board and race them basically. So kind of try to beat them before they have cleave, or be able to destroy one of their threats if they put cleave on. Then we have 1 Vivien to further out our grindy game plan here, and the Great Henge. When you have Vivien, Great Henge, and Innkeeper on the board, you basically just can't lose the game. The game's just over. We're moving on to the sideboard. We have 1 Cling to Dust for those rogues matchups. We have Duress. I mean, maybe you can side this in against rogues, but it's mainly for the control matchups, like the Dimir control, all the the mono red Ugin style decks, the Doom Foretold decks. So really good here that we can have interaction with their hand and be able to kill them with a card like Questing Beast or Garruk's Harbinger in the sideboard, and have additional grind power with the Vivien Monsters Advocate in our sideboard. We also have Chainweb Arachneer against rogues as well. So our rogues package is going to be Cling to Dust, maybe at 1 or 2 Duresses, maybe 3 at the most, just if we need to take some cards out here, like I would be taking Questing Beast out in the Rogues matchup. And maybe a couple of Foulmire Knights, just depending, because Questing Beast doesn't attack very well into the Thieves Guild Enforcer. We have 2 Epic Downfalls here. Well, let's continue with the Rogues package here. We have 4 Clean to Dust, some number of Duress, a Chainweb Arachdir, and a Skyclave Shade, and 2 Harbingers, maybe a Vivien. But I don't really like our Rogues matchup too much, but because by the time we're grinding them out, they're just going to mill us out, so I don't really like that matchup, so I have some extra cards in here against Rogues. We have 2 Wilt for the Gruul deck, and because the Gruul deck sides in a Crowan War, and for Great Henges and Embercleaves, and we also have this against Doom Foretold matchups as well. And then we have Garruk's Harbinger against those black-based control decks, and even the Mirror Match. And then we have a Questing Beast to round out our aggressive package against the Temur Obosh decks, and the Doom Foretold decks and the other control decks. And then we have a Vivien as well to provide some more card advantage. So that is the Golgari deck that we're playing today to first episode 1 of Battle of the Guilds. So let's go ahead and get some games started. I like this deck a lot. And if you want to see more content like this, especially for episode 2 coming out in a couple days, you can always check out my Twitch channel to find us live here at twitch.tv/Charizard_James, right above me there. You know how to play you know how to spell Charizard. You know, who doesn't like Charizard? If you like Blastoise or Venusaur better, mention it in the chat. But I'm not going to respond to those. Actually, I will. But still, if you like any starter, Charizard, Venusaur, or Blastoise, make sure to tell me what you like in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and start my game. Cunning Dragon. Cunning Dragon is actually a member of my chat, so I would like to ask Cunning Dragon to kindly exit my chat. That's hilarious. Okay, are we going to keep this hand? We go turn 1 Innkeeper, turn 2 Fabled Passage for a green, Locthwain. Okay, so this hand's only good if we draw an untapped land. But I'm going to keep it anyway, because I have faith. I have faith in my deck. Actually, because I need an untapped land, I might just play the castle on turn 1. No, I play the Fabled Passage for a green on turn 1, castle turn 2. Okay, that's actually the play. And then castle turn 2, and then Innkeeper with this green mana here, and then Mammoth on 3, and hope to draw an untapped land. So we need an untapped land in general, but still. Wasn't I just talking about Rogues? I don't like playing against this deck. If you know me at all, you know I don't like playing against this deck. We did draw a tap land. I guess the Castle Locthwain can maybe come in untapped at some point. This Mammoth always comes in tapped. So I should probably just play this because it always comes in tapped. And we could technically draw a Swamp to have this come in untapped later on. That's fine. Oh no, not Ruin Crab. Don't do me like this. Not like this. Oh, Evolving Wilds? Okay, good thing that was 3 non-lands. Oh, come on, Evolving Wilds. Who plays that? That's also 3 non-lands? I just built 6 lands, chat. That's actually insane. Alright, so I think I just want to start eating my graveyard so that they don't cast the draw 4 spell in 2 turns. And I think getting down Scavenging Ooze now and getting around their black spell, their Heartless Act is good. But judging by the fact that they didn't get a black source here, I actually am inclined to think that they have a I'm inclined to think that they have a Lull Mage's domination. So I'm actually kind of scared. Oh, or they just have a Fabled Passage. Alright, there goes my Swamp. I have 2 more Swamps in deck. There goes another untapped black. Don't you love your graveyard just being siphoned away? Or your library just being siphoned away? Don't you love it, chat? Alright, that is the untapped land we were looking for. I have 14 cards engraved, so it's not nearly enough to keep them off the card that I want to keep them off of. So I think I'm just going to play... I mean, I could go Scavenging Ooze. I think I just need to start attacking them. Yeah, little brave. Yeah, they are a pain, but they're a pain just watching your library go to the graveyard. That's always been frustrating for me. I don't like watching my library go to the graveyard. All my good cards. We can't possibly get enough cards out of our graveyard in time, right? I should probably just play Mammoth. Yeah, I'm just gonna play a Mammoth and then play this castle. How's it going, Rome? Alright, so our opponent has, like, all the options in the world here. Okay, Lurrus cast Wind Robber. Oh, they're main decking Lurrus. Oh, I actually just noticed that. They actually don't have Lurrus in their thing. So they're playing Xerath. I need to watch out for that. What do I need to exile? I need to exile my Garruk, my Vivien. So I can exile 3 cards. I should probably hold off on the Ooze for now. And just attack for now. Pesky Rogue's opponent here. They block the Mammoth and then draw off the Wind Robber again. If they block with Lurrus, I'm inclined to think that they have a... Oh. What? Oh, they have Agadeem's Awakening or something. I need to get rid of my... What do I not want on my own battlefield? Probably not Lovestruck Beast. Then I have to do this again. Or they probably they have another Lurrus. They probably have another Lurrus. I'm wondering if I should exile my Garruk. Probably. Play around Zarostan as much as we can.
I've grown tired of this.
I'm willing to bet they have another Lurrus, or they have the Call the Death Dweller. You hate to see Fabled Passage. I have 24 cards left in deck after this. When they attack with the Rune Robber, I'll have 23 cards. Ruin Crab is really annoying. Okay, I figured they had that. Oh, they milled my Henge. That's hilarious. They milled my Henge. Okay, so what I think I should have done is use the Henge mana only for the Scavenging Ooze last turn, instead of using my 1 green mana first. It's probably a mistake. Now I have no way to get rid of the Henge. I can't get back Murderous Rider because I don't have that many black sources. I can get back Questing Beast. Hey Robin, how's it going? Oh, the Innkeeper attack was kind of bad. But honestly, I don't want to be drawing cards anyway. Yeah, the Innkeeper attack was bad because if they kill my Questing Beast here, the Zarostan gets to take something else. Oh, you fixed your car. Wow. That's insane. That's awesome. That's great. I'm really happy to hear that. Unfortunately, they have my Great Henge, so I don't know how I win now. Hey, Riley, how's it going? So, the little thing that I should have used my Henge and left my 1 green mana up is probably coming back to bite me. Which sucks. But hopefully I can kill them. I mean, I probably can't, but hopefully. Like, I would have definitely blocked with the Innkeeper here, but I kind of need to pack on the pressure. They're gaining 2 life every turn from the Great Henge. They're drawing extra cards by casting creatures. It ain't a good feeling. So I need to draw... I have a black source here, so I'm probably going to need to use this as a black. Lurrus the 4/3. Alright, so... Actually, Heartless Act doesn't work because of the Great Henge. Well, that's annoying. Murderous Rider this. Questing Beast. If I attack with the Mammoth or the Ooze, they block one of them. They block the Order of Midnight with the Rin Robber. These are my only good attacks, unfortunately. So they could have the Thieves Guild Enforcer, but we have Heartless Act for that. On the stack of the Great Henge. Well, that's unfortunate. They'd be dead already if they'd be dead already if we had not attacked with the Innkeeper 2 turns ago. But at least I caught my mistake and I'll learn from it next time. Hopefully they just have nothing, which is very unlikely. I can Heartless Act this Brazen Borrower. There's 2 Luruses in the bin. Full control. Make sure to do it on the stack of the Great Henge. This Foulmire Knight's annoying. Reconnaissance mission? 4 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Oh, wow. I mean, at least the card has cycling. With 12 cards in deck? I don't really need my Innkeeper anymore, right? Something tells me they have a Heartless Act. I really want to get rid of that Wind Robber. Well, I want to get rid of both of these cards, but not looking too promising right now. All right. Play Ooze. Okay. So just attack all here. I don't care if they block the Ooze with the Foulmire Knight anymore. Well, they're going to block the Mammoth with it. Doesn't really matter, though. So this is actually good for me. I get in for 3 here. They're gonna go back to gaining 2. But it is what it is. So their win condition is milling us out. We're at 8 cards. They have a Ruin Crab. So I really need to draw. I really need to draw. I don't have any more Bloodchief's Thirst, though. I don't have any more removal spells in my deck. That's really annoying. So if they have a Fabled Passage, I die. Oh, I might just die like this. If they have 2 Thieves Guilds. Questing Beast down. Basically, if they have any land... Oh, yeah, I'm dead now. Imagine a 1/4 Ruin Crab. Okay, so... I lost that game because I gave them the Great Henge. Because they would have died. They gained like 6 to 8 life that game. Okay, so we want Harbinger. We want Vivien, Chainweb, Skyclave, some number of Duress. I don't know, maybe not. Cling. Alright, what do we not want? I don't really think Foulmire Knight's that valuable. What else isn't valuable? I think for the most part, everything else is fine. I kind of do want some number of Duress, though. Duress is probably better than Garruk. Well, I mean, it does give my stuff trample, which is relevant. Like, trampling over a 1/1, the 1/1 that draws cards is really good. I'll just keep it like this. Hopefully we don't make the very minor misplay that we did last game. And we gotta show our chat member who's boss here. Even though they already won game 1. I'll take it as a compliment if Cunning Dragon beats me. But while he's deciding on his sideboard, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Hit that notification button to find more of our Battle of the Guilds as well. All 10. This is the first one. We have 9 more to go. So make sure to hit that subscribe button to find out more. Let's go to our next game. Play first. How would you like to keep 7 lands? All right, this is much better. Thank you for the follow, Aaron the Bolt. Thank you for joining the Goose Gang. Just putting back a Fabled Passage, I guess. I don't want to thin my deck one card more because they're milling us. You don't see those 7 land hands every day, right? Even though I just had one on my last stream. Epic Western, thank you for the follow. Thanks for hanging out. I might not even play my Innkeeper on turn 1. I mean, I probably will, though. They're likely to play Crab on turn 1. That's definitely not a Crab. Not attacking into the Thieves Guild. Oh, they don't have Thieves Guild. This is why I would love for this card to be an instant speed spell, so I don't have to worry about all this. Just not attacking. I mean, at least I can cast Vivien. We'd have to kill Soaring Thought Thief, because in 2 turns they could have a Zerasan. Well, actually on their following turn. Alright. That's a fine mill. Draw 2. Sure. I'm gonna mill 2 more here. That's fine. Oh, there we go. You love to see it. Do I get rid of Thought Thief or Ruin Crab? Probably Crab. Because if I get rid of the Crab, I can make a Reacher for the Vivien and block the Thought Thief. But if they have Lurrus, they can easily play a Black Source, cast Lurrus, and cast Crab, so that's another thing. Which is kind of annoying if they have it. Like the only reason to kill the Thought Thief over the Crab was if they have Lurrus this turn. Okay, I'm definitely glad I killed the Crab now. I don't want to get double crabbed. I'm really sad that my Murderous Riders are leaving me. My Garruk left me. Goodbye, Henge and Heartless Act. Mammoth I can deal with. I'm actually going to cast Mammoth and not play my land here, I don't think. Because I want my Mammoth to be a 7/7. And it also casts Vivien next turn anyway. Actually, the reason to kill the Thought Thief was because of Zerasan that they clearly have. Oh my goodness. Was that a misplay again? Should I have not killed the Crab? That's very annoying. At least I know for sure that I'm resolving Vivien. So they're gonna get the Henge again. Because they milled it. Like, why not mill my Henge, by the way? Why not? I should have brought Wilt in this matchup, just because I know my opponent's gonna mill my Henge and then get it out of the grave. You joined to see rogues stealing rogues? All right, so I mean I have no choice but to race the Henge again, unfortunately. Which probably not gonna happen. What? Wow. What? I've been goofed. And then if they get rid of my Innkeeper, they get to get my Vivien out of the graveyard? I hope not. The Henge is just too good for them. They play more creatures than me. I'm just conceding now. Good games, Cunning Dragon. So turns out I should have killed the rogue with my Bloodchief's Thirst. All right, on to match 2. Okay, so game 1. Wait, what? I don't even remember what happened in game 1, but game 2 I won game 1. Wait. I don't remember. In one of the games, I should have used my Henge mana instead of using my 1 green mana with my actual lands. I should use my Henge mana to exile, and then I use my other mana from the Henge to exile, my Vivien, and then I would have 1 green mana left over that I didn't have to use, and then when they cast their Zerasan and they target, I can exile their target, and they would have never got my Henge. So at least I can spot my misplays when they happen, chat. There's a really good chance I could have won that game if I tapped my lands differently in that first game. And in that second game, I should have Bloodchief's Thirst to Flyer. And then maybe I would have had a chance in that game. I'm not sure. Cutting Dragons in chat. By the way, I know that people from YouTube don't know that he's in chat after I just played him. But yeah, Cutting Dragon. I did notice a couple of my misplays. I should have killed your flyer in the second game instead of killing the crab. And in game 1, I tapped my mana wrong. I tapped my mana wrong so that I was forced to use my Henge mana. I was forced to use my Henge mana. I was forced to use my Henge mana to use the rest of my mana, but I should have just left the green mana there in my mana pool for when you targeted with Zerasan, I could exile your target with Ooze. So, because I think I was in a winning position in that first game, and then I just lost it because I did that little tiny misplay. The auto tap tried to give me the game. Oh. Yeah, really good games though. You played really well, Cunning Dragon. You played really well. Let's see our Gruul matchup here. Hopefully they don't have an Embercleave.
Respect for nature is always returned.
Oh, okay. I noticed you only have 1 mana left after that, Cunning Dragon. I think I just need to not die. I mean, okay, they don't have Questing Beast.
You treat a farm boy like me?
Ah, makes sense. Okay. Pretty sure I'm dead here. Or at least very close to it. Seven damage, 8 damage, 9 damage. If they have cleave, they have cleave. Nope. Well, they are just rolling on all cylinders here. So if I block this, I take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would have loved to draw a Lovestruck Beast with this board here. Lovestruck Beast would have been very good. All right, so we want Wilt. We don't want Questing Beast. I actually don't know if I want Vivien, but we'll see what happens here. I want Epic Downfall, and that's all I want. What can I cut? I'll cut a Scavenging Ooze, I guess. Garruk's actually pretty good to give trample here. Just cut a Vivien and cut an Ooze. Or actually, I do want Vivien. I'll cut both. I'll cut 2 Oozes. Alright, let's do it. Let's do this. Double Lovestruck Beast, double Murderous Rider. Should be pretty good. Mulligan to 6 here for my opponent. Opponent doesn't realize the power that we're about to exhibit. Yes, Aaron the Bolt. This is standard. This is actually really good here that we got the Scryland. Give me a Great Henge. Okay, I'll take a Heartless Act. Alright, so we're going to have a really, really good tempo mid-range play in this game. With just, like, bombard them with Lovestruck Beasts and removal spells, basically. Bone Crusher Giant here. Alright, so this gets a black source, I think. I want triple black just in case I have to Murderous Rider plus Heartless Act or something. Alright, what are we doing here? I might just attack with the Lovestruck Beast, but then they definitely don't block, right? So in order to get in for 6 here, I think I like the 6 number because they're at 18. 6 gives them a 3-turn clock exactly. And I can't kill the Bone Crusher Giant and cast anything else. So I think the plan is just to use the most mana possible to kill the Giant. But I might just play the Murderous Rider. I don't know. I think I'll just do Bloodchief's Thirst. But Bloodchief's Thirst is really good if to just like nab an Innkeeper. Which makes me want to do this. I know I take 4 damage from this, which is awkward. But I really like the 6 number. I think the 6 number is important here. Like, they don't have life gain outside of Henge. So all I need to do is, like, they'll play a creature, I kill their creature. I attack them to 6, then they play a creature, I kill their creature, and then they're dead. But if I didn't, if I just attack with Lovestruck Beast there and not kill the Bone Crusher Giant, then they would have been at 13, which is not what I want. Oh, Crowing War. Interesting. I don't want them to cast Henge. So I just need to Bloodchief's Thirst this. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I can't let them cast Great Henge. Alright, that's fine. So I have to attack, but I have the answer to this thing. So it's just Murderous Rider, this, I play this, even though I won't have a 1/1 after this. Unfortunate that I won't have a 1/1, but I can always draw an Innkeeper or something, or a Foulmire Knight. I have a lot of 1/1s in this deck. Stop casting a Crone War. Multiple Crone War here. Alright, don't cast your Great Henge, please. Thank you. I keep having to answer my own cards. I feel like they have Great Henge in their hand. And they're just like, need to play it. This is one of the advantages of playing a deck like this, is that you have access to destroying their cards like this that you would just never have access to if you were playing Gruul, if you were playing this deck. If I draw a land, I can cast a Great Henge. If I draw an untapped land. Bone Crusher? Shadow Skull. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that Cunning Dragon. It's crazy. So now if they have like any number, if they have like an adventure creature here, we could, and we don't draw a creature on our next turn, we could be a little in trouble here. Wow. The third of Crone War. Interesting. Alright, that's actually really good. Actually. Okay. We used 4 black, and then we drew a black. I mean, it's not that bad, because this attacks well into what they have. I'm getting a lot of life from Murderous Riders dealing damage to themselves. So now is when they cast their Great Henge because they've had it in their hand the whole time? Yep, how did I know? Well, here's where I brick off and die. Alright, let's not brick off and die, chat. We got this. We got this. I mean, the only way I see myself losing this is if they draw Innkeeper into, like, a bunch of other stuff. Oh. Oh, that's a Scavenging Ooze. That's actually a really big problem. They can go 1, 2, 3, 4. They can gain 6 life here. Actually, just 4 because they have... So they're at 6 again. Well, that's annoying. No, I'm not going to gain life twice, Cunning Dragon, just in case they have a Wilt. Or a, the dinosaur or whatever it's called. Alright, so what do I need to draw? I need to draw, like, another Murderous Rider, basically. Murderous Rider is probably my best draw. Yeah, or another Shield Breaker, yeah, for sure. Alright, that's actually... this is up there on one of my best draws here. I'd like to draw an Innkeeper. Okay. I'm okay with this. Let's just keep drawing creatures. It's the only way we're going to win. I can draw the 1 mana removal spell. Ooh, that's a Rider. Alright, so we have a Rider. Now we just have to hope that they don't, like, kill us somehow, which they probably won't. Oh, they have double Ooze. Well, good thing there's no creatures in the grave anymore. I don't think there are any creatures in the grave now. Oh, wait, there's 1, 2. There's 2 creatures in graves. So we're going to make the other Ooze a 5/5. So I kind of want to draw land, kind of don't want to draw land. Because I want to make this Mammoth a 6/6. Because if this is going to be 5... Okay, that's actually really good. So we do this. We Rider this. Actually... The Ooze will trade with the Mammoth. The other Ooze, I mean. I like this game. This is the kind of game that I like to play. But I mean, it's all kind of draw dependent as well, but it's fine. It's fine. Creature? Castle's actually pretty good. We won't show them that we have the castle yet. Alright, so you can choose whether you want to kill the Lovestruck Beast or the Mammoth. So if they block my 2 6s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're at 10, so they don't have to do that. I think these are my only good attacks here. Based on them gaining 2 life and then possibly having Embercleave out of their hand. It would really suck if they had Embercleave, but... they could actually do this and have Embercleave, so they can actually block my... Ooh, this is really heads up for them if they have Embercleave. I mean, I don't think I'm going to win this game without attacking here with these this turn. And just hoping they don't have it, but... I mean, if they have it, we're kind of punished, right? Like, there's a... Okay, so they don't have it. Okay. Valuable information. Oh, I guess they can have a removal spell, and then the Scavenging Ooze can they can, like, have Bone... Okay, so they're not doing that? I was going to say, they could have Bone Crusher Giant for Foulmire Knight, and then make the Scavenging Ooze a 7/7. Scavenging Ooze is a pretty good card. So we're going to get at least a second draw with the Castle Locthwain next turn, so I'm excited about that if I don't draw a creature. But it's getting a little dicey at this point. A little dicey. Because they have Cleave and we don't, so they can, like, break a board stall really easily. We also have Garruk in our deck, though, so we can also break the board stall that way, but they have more Cleaves than we have Garruks. They could also have Primal Might. Okay, at least they're not attacking with Ooze. We've gotten past 3 Akroan Wars, which is insane. That's like the best draw in my deck, probably. Okay. Oh, yeah. And an ooze? Alright, so if we attack with both Murderous Riders, the 1/1 and the Mammoth, I actually just don't think that's good. we just need to keep casting creatures. And draw Vivien at some point. We're never gonna be able to use Agadeems. Titan Smash, how's it going? And we just need to hope that they don't have any, like, creatures in their hand. We've gotten through Primal Might and, like, Shadow Skull, triple of Crowing War, double Scavenging Ooze, like, all of these cards. And we still have a better board. Wow, I can't believe they're doing that. I actually can't believe they're doing this. What if I just have an answer to their henge? Interesting. Interesting, to say the least. Bloodchief's Thirst. You love to see that. That's a different kind. That's a different level of desperate, though. They're getting desperate for life points, so they played the second henge. I don't think that's how this works. But, I mean, I guess. Alright. So. Let's play this. Pump up our Kazandu Mammoths. I'm pretty sure it's lethal. Yeah. Look at us outgrinding them, chat. Look at us outgrinding them. Those oozes almost got out of hand, though. I kind of want this second Vivien. I guess I'll take out an Order of Midnight because it can't block. I'll keep this. It's a little slow, but I can hit all my land drops here. I have an Agadeem's Awakening. I have a Rider. I have a Wilt. So I think we're good here. I ideally want a second green in a second or an Innkeeper, but oh, they mulled to 5 on the play. And we have a Bloodchief Stars. Okay, we should be fine here. Okay, so all we need to do is make sure we don't lose here, and we should be able to win with just the Murderous Rider, basically. Mammoth would be good, but it's not currently. I kind of want to see if I draw a green source first before committing to that as a land. Alright, there's my green source. I am kind of giving them some time to get back in the game. Alright. think I'm playing this, and passing. Seems like an Embercleave to me. All right. Okay, so based on that, they don't have Scorching Dragonfire. And I can attack here since they don't have... I mean, they could have Bone Crusher, right? I'm going to attack here since they... I have the Wilt for the cleave. And they don't have Henge either, or they want to cast that too. Oh, they're just majorly flooding. I need this Wilt, though. There we go. Hopefully they don't have another Akron War. I think I actually want to block this. Cleave is a real thing. Cleave is a real thing. There we go. Okay, I feel warm and fuzzy inside here now. I kind of want to play Awakening as a land here, just so I can get in for 5. That's scary. I might be in danger. Wow. Unfortunately, I only get one eat here. Alright, so, unfortunately, I'm still dead to cleave if they have it. I can't afford to be dead to cleave here. I just can't afford to be dead to cleave. Go, Innkeeper, go! Go, my little Innkeeper! Go, Innkeeper, go! All right. They flooded pretty hard. They flooded pretty hard. Except for this brings us like way back in the game here. Way back. Hey, that was really good. When you have Foulmire Knight, draw a card, into play the card, draw a card with Innkeeper, and Henge. How many? Shadow Skull X equals 0. Wow, they did draw a lot of lands there. They mulled to 5 and drew land like every turn. But like I really like how our deck kind of like even though they were drawing lands every turn, we also just only had removal spells for a little bit. But I really like how our deck, during that match towards the end there, where our deck was just like, because of Foulmire Knight, it like I was saying when I was explaining the deck, when I was doing the deck tech, Innkeeper's a lot better in our deck than it is in the red deck. Than it is in the Gruul deck. I'm sorry, not the red deck. I recognize this username, Eldritch, but I think they might be a pro player. It's fine. Land. I might actually want to Heartless Act this thing, but it's probably not worth it. I think I want all lands at this point. It's only worth it if they have like exactly a fetch land. Okay. You hate to see it. We take 5. So next turn I go tapped Agadeem's Awakening, Heartless Act, whatever they play. And then I go Innkeeper, Fabled Passage, Lovestruck Beast. And we should be, like, pretty good from there. They probably have Bone Crusher Giant here. It's fine, though. So, they can have another Fabled Passage, but it's fine because we have Heartless Act. It's all part of the plan. It is all part of the plan. They don't have a land drop? Let's get a green source because we know we have Scavenging Ooze in our hand already. So if they have Fabled Passage here, they can cast Henge. Okay. No Henge alert. Or no Fabled Passage, at least. What does this seem like? It seems like a block. Sure. Yeah, if it's Stomp, I still don't care. I kind of do care about that Ooze, though. The thing I'm worried about is, like, eventually a cleave on this Scavenging Ooze, but I think I'm okay because I have the Murderous Rider now. Is this Kowalski, by the way? I think this is Kowalski. So I take 3, they cast Bone Crusher. That land was actually pretty important. Oh, it's Ulrich. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know if I'm dead or not because I didn't do the math. Alright, I'm at 1. Embercleave's pretty good. I probably should have blocked the Ooze with one of my Innkeepers. I would be at 4 right now. Oh, now I'm definitely dead. Well, I thought I was ahead for a second. Huh. Maybe it was correct to not I think it was correct to not play the second Innkeeper on the turn that I played it. I think it was correct just to play the Lovestruck Beast as a 5/5. Which I was leaning towards that, but I kind of let chat talk me out of it a little bit. But I think that was the turning point. I should have just played Lovestruck as a 5/5 instead of casting the second Innkeeper and casting Order of Midnight. Because, yeah, it gave me an extra draw, but it can't block. So I think that was the mistake there. Like I definitely think I had a chance to win that game if I made the right plays. I also probably should have blocked the Scavenging Ooze with the Innkeeper. Like, maybe they would have won the game anyway, but still. How's it going, Odd Eyes and Pappy? How have you been doing tonight? Alright, folks, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And hop over if you want to see me live at twitch.tv/Charizard_James. I'm also on every single other social media platform. LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, all of those. It's tough against Gruul and Rogues, but I like that you're trying out all the guilds. Thank you very much for saying that, Zaker Grim. It means a lot. I have a removal spell. I have a couple of Planeswalkers. I'll keep this. So now all I need is a green source, and I should be fine, or at least one green source. All right, so maybe an Innkeeper. Okay, Lovestruck Beast. Not so good there with the Order of Midnight. That's the only Order of Midnight in my deck. Alright, so if they don't give me an opportunity to Heartless Act anything important, then, okay, they need a land drop. Then I'm going to cycle Wilt, I think. Wilt is just so important against the Crone War. And Embercleave and the Great Henge. Oh, that's what they were doing. So I'm definitely Heartless Acting, I think. I have to cycle this. There we go. It is unfortunate that we were not able to use this to kill an Embercleave or Henge or whatever, but I needed to hit my land drops more than I needed to do those things right now. Alright, so does our opponent cast the Lovestruck Beast? Check in and find out. Harbinger. Oh, that's a yikes. I don't know how I beat that. I mean, I can always block it with a Garruk token. But if they have removal for my Garruk token, they can kill my Garruk as well, so we'll see here. We need to draw some lands here. Alright, that's fairly good for us since we have the Heartless Act. They're attacking... Okay, so they want my Garruk at 2 loyalty. There's no way they have shock.
Watch yourself, buddy.
Downfall this. I'm going to make another 3/3. Yeah, I faced against people with that high of ranking before. All right, so I have the Wilt for this. Perfect timing. I need to draw untapped land, please. Please? Thank you. Alright, Agadeem's Awakening next turn to give us our 3 black sources, which we needed anyway. I'd like to draw an actual creature in our deck, like an Innkeeper or something. Ooze is pretty whatever. I don't have any creatures in my grave. One thing I think it's important to think about is that when you lose a really close game, like last game that I lost, it's like easy to get like tilted. I kind of pride myself on just forgetting about those type of losses, and it kind of helps me to stay on the right track. They could have Bone Crusher Giant, but I still get rid of both of these this Lovestruck Beast if they have Bone Crusher. That's fine for me. Double Ooze. Okay, so I think I need to... I had the Innkeeper on top. I think I need to prioritize killing these Oozes right now. And then I cast this. And then this to draw the Murderous Rider. I have a Henge on top. You love to see it, chat. Alright, so we're on the right track to victory here. They cast this, they can't attack with the Harbinger, so we've done a really good job this game at keeping the Harbinger at bay. Now we have a flyer to keep getting in there every turn. Let's see here. Oh, we can get our own Scavenging Ooze. That would be sick. But let's see. We can get our own Scavenging Ooze. We can get I think I'm just gonna attack first. I think I'm just going to play the... I might just play the Mammoth, or maybe I'll just play the Henge and pass. I think I like just playing Henge and pass here. Like, yeah, I know they could have removal for it, but... it lets me have an insane advantage next turn. Like, basically just win the game on the spot next turn. Alright. So they have Garruk's Harbinger. Nothing really we can do about that. I think I'm just gonna click done. Folks in chat, in the Twitch chat, we do have a prediction tool here. Get in on the channel point action. We call them rare candies here. Here with the Goose Gang here at Charizard James, and you can pay any number of rare candies, and I think it's in multiples of 10 to predict the outcome of my match here in Game 3. If I win, you get rare candies. Based on a pot of rare candies for wins and losses. Just bet it on the house. Charizard James against number 8, Mythic. I don't even remember if this is our second match or if this is our third match. Did we just play against Rogues last match? Or was it 2 matches ago? I'm not... Will we ever find out? I'm not sure. Alright, Mr. Number 8 Eldritch, it's about time to start your match. It's about time to pick your sideboard plan. If Rogues was 2 ago, then what did I play against last match? And did I win or did I lose? I'm pretty sure I won last match. Oh yeah, I won against Gruul. Yeah. We played against Gruul twice in a row. We don't have any black mana. That's a very sus hand. This is sus too. But I mean, we have a black source. We have a death touch blocker. If I draw a land, I will, let's see. Okay, I drew a land. So my land sequence is going to be like this, I think. I do really want to play this Mammoth as a creature, though, since I have Henge. And I need 2 black for Murderous Rider on turn 3. I think I'll play this tapped on turn 1. And then, if I draw a land, I'll keep the Mammoth. Alright, so keeping Mammoth for a turn 3 play, I guess. So I'll play the Foulmire Knight. I know it doesn't block the Elemental, but what other choice do we have? This is going to be a tough game with Brushfire on the play, especially if we know other cards that they have. Ooh, real tough here. So I think we're actually going to have to... Oh, Heartless Act probably changes things. I kind of want a Murderous Rider, though. I don't want them to cast their Great Henge. I guess I'll just do this and see what they do. If they go to combat before playing a land, then I get the block on the Kazandu Mammoth. Okay, this is actually really good for me. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to block the Brushfire. So if I play Kazandu Mammoth this turn, then they get in with the Harbinger. I'm pretty sure I have to play the Mammoth this turn, and then hope they don't have Bone Crusher Giant. But if they do have Bone Crusher Giant, then I think I'm just going to take the Harbinger hit, to be honest. The worst thing that could have is, like, land. Oh, I guess that could be a really bad thing for me, too. Hopefully they don't draw land off of this. Oh, I should have played the Fabled Passage. If I played the Passage, then they couldn't Fire Prophecy. Interesting. Okay, that I wanted. Okay, so I guess that was kind of greedy then. I should have played the Fabled Passage, and then I could never get Fire Prophesied. That was like a pretty big mistake. Because I would have the Henge up right now. Alright, my opponent can stop drawing Fabled Passages now. Oh my goodness, wow. Oh, I'm just dead, wow. Well, we found a way to die, chat. Okay, so if we had cast the Fabled Passage the following turn, they would still have the Fire Prophecy, and we would have the... Wait, let's go ahead and review this real quick. Let's review this real quick. We would have the Mammoth. Okay, so if we played the Mammoth, and then we played the Fabled Passage instead of playing the Swamp, it would be a 5/5, and then they would have the Fire Prophecy, and then they wouldn't use the Fire Prophecy because I had the Fabled Passage, and then it would go to my turn, and then I would draw this land, and then I would play this forest, and then they still couldn't use Fire Prophecy. And then I would be able to play the Henge for what? For 2 mana? And then I'd be able to play the Murderous Rider as a 3/4, and then I would be able to draw a card, and this would be able to block the Questing Beast or the Brushfire, so I wouldn't have died. We'd still be in a really bad spot, though. All right. All right, so we figured out a line. I don't know if it was still. I don't know if it would have won the game, but we figured out a line. So what do we think about Golgari? I think based on the games that we played, if we play against more Gruul decks, I think we're favored against Gruul. Like, it just happened that we lost that game because I didn't play the Fabled Passage. But I mean, if I personally played better, I mean, and of course that was a number 8 mythic, but if I personally played better, we would have had a real shot there. And then also in our first match, if I had tapped differently in game 1 with the Scavenging Ooze, it would be different. I think it would be different. And then in game 2, if I had played game 2 a little bit different, if I had used Bloodchief's Thirst on the flyer instead of using it on the Ruin Crab, they would have never been able to mill our Great Henge and take it with Zerasan, and we ended up losing to the Great Henge. So I think if I play a little bit smoother there, we do have a chance to go 3-0 with this deck, even though I went 1-2. But I think if I played this deck more and got really used to the play patterns and actually tapped my mana correctly for once, I would have this would be really good. So I think this does have a really good shot at being tier 1 in standard. So we're going to leave it at that. Thank you very much for hanging out. If you're still here, make sure to catch me live if you'd like at twitch.tv/Charizard_James. And I also have a TikTok and Twitter and all these kind of things as well. If you'd like to find my socials, they'll be in the description, along with the complete deck list written in text form that you are able to import straight into Arena. So please try this deck. It's really fun. You saw me play it, and have a wonderful rest of your day, folks.